What was your initial find that caused you even to start thinking you had a problem?
We found some white mold in our rafters, in the basement rafters, and decided we needed to have it checked out. Had a couple of people come out, and then had C&J come out, and the story kind of goes from there.
What did the other companies tell you your problem was?
Well, they said I needed a full basement waterproofing. They said I was having water come. I told them that we weren't having water come up through the floor. It was just coming down the walls. But they convinced me that that was still a waterproofing problem, that it needed to be corrected, and it was tremendously expensive to have it fixed.
So they looked at it, and they came back with an estimate, I assume, and said, this is what you're going to need. What was your reaction?
The price scared me to death. It was much higher than I expected, much higher than I had hoped. And then we had a fourth estimate coming, which was C&J, and that turned out to be much different.
So did you feel high pressure from the other companies that came out to look at your problem?
Not necessarily high pressure, but they made it abundantly clear that the work they were proposing needed to be done.
They giving you a time frame and telling you what was going to happen if you didn't get it taken care of?
Just that I would continue to have water problems, and the mold would get worse. And the mold needed to be fixed, and the only way to stop the mold was to correct the moisture problem.
So then C&J came out, and how did you get in touch with them? How did that process happen?
My wife found them on Facebook, or I think it was Facebook, but and she said we need to call these guys. They come highly recommended on Facebook, so we called, and they came out.
So what did C&J say when they came out?
Ron walked around the basement, and he showed me different things and said, you've got water coming down, not up. You didn't need to do a waterproofing system. He said, we can do that work for you if you want it done. He said, but you don't need that. He said, you've got water coming down, and that's more of a drain line issue going away from the house. So we had the lines replaced going away from the house.
So then you got an estimate from him. And how did that compare to the other companies?
It was about 25% of the other ones.
Wow. So how much money did you save?
About $12,000.
That's amazing.
Yes, it is. And my wife and I were both very pleased with that.
So if someone has problems in their basement, what would you tell them?
I would say give C&J a call. I would say get another estimate from some other people, and then see what C&J, you should be pleasantly surprised with what they come back with.
It sounds like it. Boy, what an experience. It sounds like it turned out really well for you.
It did turn out very well for me.
So, Mark, after all this process, and you're at the other end of this now and a satisfied customer, what would you say about how much you saved?
I would say C&J Basement Solutions, obviously saved us thousands of dollars.